Okay, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I'm going to do a Islamic speech on Ramadan, importance of Ramadan, and what makes Ramadan very special for Muslims and for everyone probably. Now, Ramadan is the most precious month in the Islamic calendar, Hijri, and it is obligatory for the Muslims to fast in the month of Ramadan. And here are some interesting facts that shows the importance of Ramadan in Islam. Now, Holy Quran was first revealed in the month of Ramadan, and fasting in the month of Ramadan is the fourth pillar of Islam among the five. So, as you already know, that we have five pillars of in Islam. Um, and fasting helps to attain taqwa, performing all actions which please Allah and abstaining from those actions that displease Him. And Ramadan is known to be the month of Quran, and it is highly recommended to in the Ramadan to read and study the Holy Quran and to share with others and studying the Quran deeply, understanding the meaning of the Quran. And the night of decree or the night of the power, aka Laylatul Qadr, is in the month which is better than 1,000 months. In this holy month, the gates of paradise are opened, gates of hell are totally closed, and the devils are totally chained up. And Umrah, aka shorter minor pilgrimage, in Ramadan is equivalent to Hajj, major pilgrimage. Now, Muslims observe itikaf. Uh, itikaf is residing in the mosque for worship in Ramadan, especially in the last 10 days of this holy month. Now, it is very rewarding act in Ramadan to offer iftar, sunset meal to breakfast to those who are fasting. Now, it is highly recommended to give zakat. A zakat is obligatory tax donation, 2.5% of your wealth, savings, or assets. And sadaqah, like sadaqah is voluntary charity in the Ramadan. Now, it is said in an authentic hadith of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that fasting in Ramadan sincerely out of faith and in the hope of reward, we will be forgiven all our previous sins, provided the major sins are not committed. So yeah, so you see that there are many advantages, benefits in the month of Ramadan, and you can achieve many things. You have to get closer to Allah, and you have to make a connection. So Ramadan is a very special month in Islamic calendars actually. Now, Ramadan, I'll refer some verses from Quran. So the month of Ramadan is that in which was revealed in the Quran, a guidance for the people and clear proofs of guidance and criterion. So whoever cites the new moon of the month, let him fast it, and whoever is ill or on a journey, then an equal number of the other days. Allah intends for you ease and does not intend for you hardship, and wants for you to complete the period and to glorify Allah for that to which He has guided you, and perhaps you will be grateful. It's a verse from chapter 2, verse 185. And I'll refer a hadith about the Ramadan. It's from Sahih Bukhari, book 31, hadith number 1. I heard Allah. It's narrated by Abu Huraira, and it goes as follows. I heard Allah's messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying regarding Ramadan, whoever prayed at night in it, the month of Ramadan, out of sincere faith and hoping for a reward from Allah, then all his previous sins will be forgiven. Subhanallah. Now, I'll mention one more hadith and we'll end this video. Now, this hadith is also narrated by Abu Huraira, and it's from Sahih al-Bukhari, book 30, hadith number 9. Allah's messenger, Allah's messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, when the month of Ramadan starts, the gates of the heavens are opened and the gates of hell are closed, and the devils are chained. So I think, yeah. And now I'll be doing a bit more uh, on I'll be giving a bit more perspective on Ramadan and importance of Ramadan. Now, Let's see. Okay, now I'll be diving into what exactly fasting is. Now, you guys might know about fasting, but first and foremost, fasting is commonly defined as abstaining from all or some kinds of food or drink, especially as a religious observance. In principle, this definition is descriptive of the act of keeping a fast, but fails to grasp the depth and essence of the concept. The incorporation of fasting in the world religions signifies that the scope of this practice reaches well beyond the simplicity of abstention from food and drink. Historically, fasting has also been used as an expression of protest against what they believe are violations of social, ethical, or political principles. For example, Mahatma Gandhi's use of fasting to exert more pressure on his political opponents was often an effective, widely publicized tactic. Now, but generally, fasting is regarded by world religions primarily as a mood of self-reflection, moral conditioning, and spiritual advancement. Now, fasting in world religions, like around the world, interestingly, fasting is not a novel practice introduced by Islam. In fact, the Holy Quran acknowledges this and declares, "Oh, yeah, who believe." Fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may become righteous. Thus, the practice of fasting in Islam is an extension of the practice found in earlier religions. Now, in Hinduism, fasting is known as upavasa, like kind of a weird name, but yeah, it is common expression of religious commitment, and it is undertaken a part of an ascetic routine. A fast may range from complete abstinence from all food and water to avoiding of specified foods to reduce consumption of food for a certain time period. Full fasts are generally practiced by ascetics and devout worshippers, whereas the simpler and more flexible forms of fasting exist for the other believers. And upavasa can also refer to an all-inclusive abstention from all forms of sensual gratification. Now, from this, we get to know that how important fasting is, and why, and how now there are many benefits. If I am going to mention the benefits, this video will never end. Now, there are many benefits of Ramadan fasting. So I think you have to use the benefits, use the advantages. You should not just you should just not waste the opportunity of Ramadan. Study Quran, study Holy Quran, and understand the essence of the Quran, and teach Quran, and now I'll conclude my speech on it. Now, the Hijrah calendar began in the year 62, like of the Common Era, with Day Muhammad, or peace be upon him. God's final messenger to humankind completed his emigration Hijrah from the mercantile to a spiritual center of Arabia, Makkah to the city of Yathrib, also in Western Arab. Now it is known as Al Madina nowadays. Okay, now I think probably that's all from me. And if there's any mistake, I think that's from me. And if there's any other, and true all comes from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And with that said, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.